We do have acting Assistant Superintendent Alicia Piggott. Getting used to the name. Good morning and welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, Brother B. Good morning, Mr. Cox. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning to everyone, wherever in the world you are.
Very good.
It's a great Monday morning.
Good news?
Well, yes, Brother B. We would have had several persons going before the court for a varied number of offenses, from housebreaking and lastly, shop breaking. We also had persons going before the court for having more than 4 trees in their possession, marijuana. And we also had, we had one shooting in the Crown Point district, but the person was not wounded. However, there's one man in custody assisting the police in that report. We also had the death of the gentleman by the motor vehicle, the fatal accident on the highway, which is not good news. And I want to say something which was echoed by a media personality in the Tobago space. I don't know if he will speak about it on his show this morning. But yes, but what kind of people are we? Because we have this roadblock chats, and when we see an accident, we are busy to film, we are busy to record, because we want to be the first person to put it on the roadblock chat. But we have to remember that persons have families, all right? A family at home would not go to get a call to say, here, now listen, your son, your brother, your uncle got into an accident and passed away. But we'll see it on the social media, on their phone. And I mean, it would be a sense of, they would feel, wait, listen, nobody ain't called me, oh, I didn't know about this. I mean, some kind of shock,
yeah.
All right? And then I was also told the number of persons who were there just filming, and nobody took the time to pick up the phone to contact the police. It's on very late that persons would have called the police. And he also echoed the fact that so many persons were there also. They could have thrown the vehicle over and on top of the ban. Obviously, you may not have saved his life, but you would have done something, in assisting. But the first thing, more than 10 men who got on the scene first would have just taken all their phones and taped the incident, which didn't make sense.
Exactly.
All right, what kind of people are we? It's only when it hits home to you, you will understand.
Very good.
I want to send condolences to the gentleman and his family, and the passenger who was also injured, who was injured in the accident, a female, is, I understand, resting comfortably.
There was an accident last night. I can't say exactly where, but the vehicle basically ran off the road. Any update with that?
I saw it and when people were partying.
Yeah.
I saw it on social media, but I have no information about it.
Okay, and as you said, partying, does it have anything to do with the TTPS in responding to, well, naturally persons will respond, but the party boat that...
Oh, I saw a party boat also that would have sink in the waters. And I think that party boat sank in the area of no man's land, I'm
Correct.
not sure.
Yeah.
Right, so the police, unfortunately, they will make, if they did make a report, because we haven't gotten a report, we're only seeing it, but the police, unfortunately, will be on land and would not have been, unless eventually when they call and make the report, then the police would respond, either asking persons for assistance to go by boat or driving through that area at Golden Grove to get to no man's land.
Let me ask a question. There's a Marine Patrol unit that is responsible for surveillance on that marine park.
I don't think, Brother B, that the vessel is at this time working.
That's the marine vehicle?
Yes, I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
No, not the police. The police doesn't. You mean the marine vessel
Yeah,
in Trinidad, right?
But Tobago does not have a
No,
separate...
we don't have a separate. Very soon we will be having one.
All right, let me ask you though. I remember Officer went on one of those vessels. I don't know what he went to check for. He checked for something. I can't remember.
Right, he would have gone. He would have gone with the assistance of somebody pirogue.
Uh-huh.
That is what they would have done in Tobago when they fell off the boat and was injured. As he's talking about, the police would have gone on somebody's pirogue to go out to intercept somebody.
But
Right?
what jurisdiction, here what I'm trying to find out. Is the police responsible, who is responsible for checking to ensure the vessels practice safety practices?
So anybody, any person in uniform, any officer in uniform. So if the Coast Guard is in uniform, they can check. If the police is in uniform, they can check. Once a uniform officer, that's what the law says, can board the vessel and make checks.
That's in Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes.
So the Marine unit, and just for clarity, so the Marine unit functions in Trinidad.
Yes. And sometimes when we have, when Tobago has a lot of events going on, the Marine unit may come to Tobago, but the Marine unit is in Trinidad. It's not in Tobago.
Right.
Okay, all right. So I just need that clarity there.
Yes.
In terms of, I guess, any other major incidents?
No, not that I know of at this time. But as I said, besides that, the police makes regular visits to the no man's land, to the entire Bukum Marine Park, because the Bukum Marine Park also encompasses Store Bay, also Pigeon Point. All right, we have a 90-day plan that is going on as it relates to the Buku Marine Park, which also encompasses the no man's land, where persons frequent and where we see a lot of different offenses, persons smoking marijuana in public, persons overloading of vessels and those sorts of things. All right? But once the persons for the vessel makes a report, but the police will obviously still go and visit, but no report was made to the police. But we are seeing it on social media.
Before we go into the topic, which is community and police, or police community and so on. All right. There was a question asked to me, I couldn't answer it. Somebody met me and said, Brother B, since I heard this whole little boy with this marijuana going to school to peddle in Trinidad, and there's this issue about the age when a child can be charged. I think you spoke about it, but I want you to speak to that kind of activities, caught with marijuana or any contraband. That is there an age where the child, let's be clear so Tobagonians will understand, you cannot do anything illegal, the police will hold you. However, there is a legal age when a child can be charged. That's
right. So once you are under the age of 11 years old, you are called Dolai Income Tax, meaning you don't have, your brain is not fully developed, that you could you could perpetrate an offense and you could be charged. All right. Yes, children may do things, but the police cannot charge them because at that age, all right? From that age downwards. But from that age upwards, the police, if you commit an offense, let us say you stab a child in school, you beat a child, persons may box a child, a student, another student may box another student, the person could be charged. But it all depends on the parent and the student. If the person is being held with marijuana, right? We will call it cannabis, but the local name is marijuana. And that marijuana is over 30 grams, the police can charge.
Can charge the child?
Yes, can charge the child. All right? But the police does not have a say as it relates to the school. School will probably, even though it doesn't matter the amount, school may have the policies and they may suspend a child. The Ministry of Education or Department of Education will suspend a child. But the police has its role to play as it relates to the charging of the child. All right? And when the child is charged, as I said, there are several things that has to happen. The child cannot, when the child is being removed from the school, the child has to be removed in an unmarked police vehicle. All right? There's a suite where the child has to go to at the Shervan police station. The police cannot talk to the child unless they call the duty counsel. That is where you get an attorney for the child. The attorney is free of charge. It is provided by the state. So until the person from the state who is being provided as the attorney comes to the Shervan police station, the police cannot speak to the child. All the police could have done, based on the information from the school, is to take the child into custody and take the child to the Shervan police station. When they get there, they make the arrangement with the duty counsel who will come, and that is when you will interview the child. Also, the child parents.
Excellent.
All right?
All right.
So there are certain things that you can and cannot do. And right now, this schools, which is Signal Secondary School and Mason Hall, they have police in the school, and they also have a suite. If anything occurs in the school as it relates to the child, there's a suite provided in the school where the child can be taken first, away from everybody, until the unmarked police vehicle come, where the police will take the child to the Shervan Road. And mind I say, you have to take the child to the Shervan Road police station, because this is the only booking center on the island.
For that. All right.
All right.
Let's get into the topic this morning.
So we want to talk about the community and the police. We want to remind the community that, listen, if you want your community to be safe, you must partner with the police. Yes, we know they have different clubs and different groups in the community. But when you partner with the police and you get a sense of security, you know you can pick up the phone at any time and you can contact the police. When you partner with the police, you will know who is the police in your district. You will get familiar with that person. You will be able to, something happen in real time, you will be able to pick up your phone and call the police. It also engenders a feeling of trust when you partner, when the police partner with the community on the other side. So we ask you to partner with us, and we partnering with you. So because when we partner with you and you partner with us, there is trust. You feel confident. You know that when you give the police information, your information is acted upon. And when we act upon your information, you will feel a sense of contentment that, listen, okay, the police would have responded to my report. Yes, if something else happened, I will feel free. I wouldn't have any issues to call the police. But when we do not listen to the community, you would not listen to us. So we are asking for the community to partner with us, and we could also partner with the community. We want to remind persons that we are still seeing persons are still going. We are giving you the advice, and you are still going on Facebook Marketplace, and you are purchasing vehicles on that site. And you are going in areas that are unlit in the night. You are going in areas where there is only bush to purchase a vehicle, right? That does not make sense. If you think that you want to purchase a vehicle from Facebook Marketplace, let the person meet you at a police station.
Excellent.
Because we are having too many persons going missing or persons who die in the Trinidad space, where you leave your home and go with your $200,000, your $100,000 we work so hard for, and to go either somebody robs you or somebody kills you and take your money. If you want to purchase an item and you feel that, listen, you must realize in your heart that, and in your mind that, listen, that deal is too good to be true. It is too good to be true. Something is wrong. So you tell the person, listen, meet me. If you are Tobago and you're going to Trinidad, meet me at the Brathwaite police station. Meet me at the Aruka police station. And if they do not meet you, you know, listen, something is wrong. Yeah. And then why can't we purchase items by depositing these monies in bank accounts? Why are we going with the money cash in hand? Right? We are asking persons, be aware of these situations. We also want to remind persons that, listen, there is this thing that cryptocurrency that persons are engaging in. And yes, we know that persons would have traded and would have gotten monies from this. But then there are those who would have gone and trade and would have lost their monies, right? They didn't go to the genuine trader and would have lost their monies. And when you lost your money, then you are coming to the police for assistance. All right? Remember, Christmas is coming, and you want the monies. You have to get the monies for your children, for yourself, for your family. So don't waste your money on these scams.
Right? That is good advice. I mean, persons, it's so serious now that people are actually doing skits, funny skits. mimicking how foolish it is. But some persons naturally would, for multiple reasons, get caught up and exercise full trust in the person who's selling the item. And especially if you desperately want the item. But of course, that's good advice coming here from the TTPS. But in terms of trust again, we can't ignore the fact that persons are still not 100% sure if they trust the police with certain information.
And I came here in the past and I spoke of it. And I think I would have echoed it in the town meeting. Persons are saying, I made a report, and John come back and tell me that that the police come back and tell me that John made a report, that John report, say I report him. But how otherwise you make a report? The police have to go to John and identify himself and say, John, I am investigating a report I've got a malicious damage that was made by Jane. That you would have took a stone and pelted and damaged her louver panes. I am cautioning you, and you read the caution, and he asks you what you have to say about it, right? Now, if you want John to be charged, then the police will charge John. But if you want John to be warned, the police have to go to John, whether you want John to be charged or you want John to be warned. The police have to go and tell John about this. Now, if John, when the police leave John, goes to you and threaten you and tell you, where report me to the police, and I don't like that, then persons have a way of saying, they give the police information, they tell the police something, and the police go in and call their names and saying, but you have to do it. Then there is the other side of it also, where persons, I come to you, and based on the same thing I tell you about, you go now and say, listen, you see me? I ain't trust the police. The police, not to be trusted. And you tell
John.
Samuel, no, you tell Samuel that down the road. John go and tell Samuel that down the road, right? Now, how you want, now Samuel, he had no issue with the police at all. He never had an issue, right? Samuel gone down the road now, and he tell Jane, here now, you know me, I trust the police. Right. You see that police, the police has called people's name. And Jane does the same thing and tell Arthur, I ain't trust the police. And never had a situation with the police. When you, and that is what we get in this space. People talk things, continue saying things about the police when they never had an interaction with the police at all. But what right? And otherwise, wait, Mr. Cox, otherwise, I am not saying there may be a police officer who somebody would have given information and go and call the person's name, which is wrong. And anytime you realize that it's done, we want you to come to the executive and report. Go to the senior superintendent. Go to the superintendent. Let us deal with the police officer, right? Okay. But I am saying to those persons who are out there who are saying I don't trust the police, but never had anything with the police at all.
Just quick question. Is it possible to have a rigorous confidentiality session? Or what happens within the TTPS to ensure that, because I mean, again, and you're giving good examples, but there are really situations where police officers probably just can't.
Right, and I'm saying,
but is there a system in place to ensure that the confidentiality and integrity is maintained?
Remember, if I come and give you some information, I come and I tell you, I say, here now, Mr. Cox, you know, Samuel down the road does sell firearms. And you, as the police, go on and tell Samuel, you know, Jane tells me he does sell firearms, right? We want Samuel to come and tell we. Tell we that is what the police doing. If he ain't going to tell we ain't going to know. So we will come and tell us so we will know how to deal with the police. And we will know that, listen, we will not be putting him in any place where sensitive information will be given out. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So tell us, let us know. Don't just out there and saying things. Come and tell us so we will deal with you.
All right. You said police outreach, or you want to link with the communities and have good relationships.
Yeah.
There is an initiative, the football initiative.
Yes, Brother B, and it's still going on.
Very good. What else is being done besides football?
Well, Brother B, a good thing you tell me, you reminded me. We have station council meetings. We invite the villagers to come to the station. There are some stations, the station council is vibrant, and then there are some that are very dead because persons feel probably they don't want to go to the police station. All right, we go out there into town meetings, and let me say, sometimes it is heartening to see the police go and they walk about. They go to community, they go house to house. They give out flyers, and they ask you to come to the town meeting. All right, and when the town meetings, some villages, when the town meeting, like for example, Mount St. George, only 4 persons turn up. And you want to know, well, wait, so only 4, they know about this town meeting? I would have announced town meeting here. Persons would have gone house to house. And after the town meeting, you want to tell me among St. George village, I will come to the station and telling you they have an issue. Why you ain't come to the town meeting?
All right.
Come to the town meeting and let's discuss. Come and meet the senior superintendent. Come and meet the superintendent. Come and meet the ASPs. Come and meet the people who are policing your village. But no, you ain't come. You stay home in your house, right? And when something happens, you say the police ain't partnering with us.
Yes, I want to stay with the social interaction because that in
and I have a pet peeve for that,
right.
Because you can't have the police walking up the hill, down the hill, talking toward you all, and trying to get you all. Listen, you have issues in the community. You have persons where you have young men liming on the block. And these people, young men who lie on the block, they have families in the same village.
Yeah. But you see, Ms. Piggott, and let me, as you mentioned that, and it forced me to ask, where is the investigation with that police shooting in Mount St. George? Because that may be one, that may be one of the reasons why trust is very, not as accommodating in Mount St. George per se, because the public is waiting on the end result of that investigation. Where are we with that? They might want to come in your meeting and ask that, because they will feel intimidated.
No, they can come and ask.
Okay, well, I am asking now.
The investigator is putting his file together. They would have, because remember, Brother B, I told you, the police, remember the investigator can't just sit down there and do nothing, Remember, you have the superintendent and you have the senior sup. And however, the investigator is now working in Trinidad. But he was in Tobago last week, right? So he's putting his file together. Because remember, this file has to go to the Director of Public Prosecutions. At the end of the day, the police can't just take a tarpaulin and cover over this situation. All right? So the investigation is on its way to come to completion.
Very good.
All right?
All right. I just want to finish with the social interaction, which is important to build community relationship with the police. You said football. I asked about all fours. What more? They do have All Fours Club to go and get licked someplace. And let we come out. We the public go come to see you get licked.
There are some police officers who are in the police service who play all fours. Right?
So but they do have a team.
No, I don't think. Yes, because Brother B, yes, I think they have a team. Because when we have sports,
right,
they will play all fours in sports.
But that would be really nice.
So I would tell, and I'm calling on Sergeant York. I know he's one of those persons.
Right.
I'm calling out to him and I will let him know that you are giving us a challenge.
Yeah, I can't play all fours. Let me tell you what time. I could pick a team.
Right.
In fact, I could go Mason only and gather a team and they come out to all here. So that would be nice. But you see, those are little, and the point I'm making with that is, what that does is build a relationship with the police. Because you would like to get up in your All Fours Club with your cry, Master Marker, we have a police officer who want to resign here. We just hang a jack, and Mr. Marker, and so on and so on. And the rivalry, the friendly, it's beautiful. I
understand what you're saying.
As we get ready to close.
And I know we're getting ready to close, but just asking on the flip side, the argument that sometimes the officers are a bit too close to certain members in the village. Is that still an issue, or that's a dead topic?
No, well, there are some officers, you're living in the village, you remember, if you are part of the village, so you can't get away from that. You have to be close with the persons, right? But you as the police have to know when to draw the line, right? All
right, and just final question in terms of the, not necessarily community and police, well, yeah, you can say that, but you mentioned earlier on the Signal Hills School and Mason Hall. What is the feedback like thus far?
Very
since
good.
The inclusion of
Very
the police
good.
officers?
Very good feedback. The person, the children at the school and the police, they are embracing each other, and there have not been any issues so far. They have, if there are any little squabbles among school, the children, they talk with them. They walk around the school daily, and they are accommodative. They have their areas where they are, and they also patrol the school, and they have conversations with the children. One of the officers even comes and was saying he's going to join the drumming group in the school.
What?
I can tell you how they are,
Good.
at the school,
Yeah,
all right?
excellent.
And the other schools, police are visiting the other schools. They're not staying in the schools, but they are visiting other schools.
Excellent.
Right?
Inspector,
I want to just remind, before I leave, I want to remind the village of Buku, Mount Pleasant area. This morning we have at least 3 funerals which is going to reach up at the Buku cemetery. So at Clark Trace at Mount Pleasant will be blocked from Clark Trace. So no traffic will be able to come down towards the cemetery. But you neither would any vehicle traffic will be able to come from on Shervan Road onto the Buku Cemetery, because we have the police who is burying today, and he has his full military rights. And if you want to see marching and people love to see, I mean, I know it's funeral, but people love to see the 21 gun salutes and those things, you can go to the cemetery. We also have Mr. Arthur Potts, who is burying today, also at the same place. And he is a major in the cadets. He was a major in the cadets. And cadets will be in their full force out there too. And they will have the cadet bands coming up from Trinidad. Persons from Trinidad will be coming up. So you will have a lot of activities in that Buku space. So from 11 a.m. this morning, it will be blocked off.
Okay.
All right? So we are asking persons, bear with the police. Persons who are going to the funerals will be allowed to park on the Shervan main road, the Shervan stretch, and walk in. Because you have the police band, you have the police persons who are marching, and then you have the hearse and those persons carrying in the body. So we are asking persons to bear with us. It will soon be over by half of the day.
Excellent.
All right?
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
I want to thank the public for all that it has been giving, to all the support it has been giving to us. Yesterday, the police had a family day
Which part?
in Canoe Bay. I forgot to tell you all. In Canoe Bay, we also had a raft. They had a raft race in the sea. We want to thank the lifeguards who came and assist, the medics who also came and assist, and all the families who came out. We had a real good time.
Excellent.
And we want to thank the senior superintendent and the ACP and all the other executive persons for bringing this sort of thing to Tobago.
Excellent. And of course, Acting Assistant Superintendent Alicia Piggott, and all the best to you. Thank you for always being here. And part of Rise and Shine on a Monday.